Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. I did a tattoo collection for my most recent video, but I lost the footage for that, so I'm gonna have to re-record it. But anyway, I posted on my Instagram last week my transformation from 2018 to this year 2020 in terms of my strength and weight loss journey, and I had so many questions, especially pertaining to how I lost the fat in my face, a little bit in my cheeks. I obviously still have a round face, that is just my face shape, so I can't really change that, but I did lose a significant amount of chub in my facial area as well as my stomach and especially in my arms. So I wanted to do this video because I had so many questions about it, and I have 10 tips on how I lost my facial fat. Okay, I wanted to preface this video by saying none of these tips are a specific diet or a fitness plan that you can do, because I'm going to be honest, I wasn't attempting to lose weight. I am a very petite girl and weight loss was never my main goal. But actually, I was just browsing through photos from 2018 and I saw the difference and I was like, oh wow, like there is such a difference between 2018 and now in terms of the way I feel, my physique. And then I thought about it, I reflected back and I realized there were significant changes that I did make in terms of my lifestyle that contributed to that. So none of these are a quick fix. If you notice, the gap between the two photos was 2 years. So these are all things that you can implement. They're super easy into your lifestyle, and they are sustainable. I think that the biggest thing is that a lot of these fad diets that everyone does are just a quick fix, and that's what our society wants these days. It's just a quick fix, like detox tea, a juice cleanse. Everyone likes to see that, but at the end of the day, it's about hard work and dedication and long-term goals that you can keep up with. Because I did a juice cleanse before, but I'm not going to do a juice cleanse all the time. I tried intermittent fasting and I'm such a breakfast lover that it just wasn't for me. And so I think that these tips will really be easy for you guys to follow, and hopefully you guys can see results as well. Okay, so my first tip, these are not in any particular order, this is just the way that I wrote them down. So my first number one tip is to reduce your alcohol consumption. I'm not saying that I don't drink alcohol, I do drink alcohol, but the difference between 2018 and now was I was drinking alcohol on a regular basis, whether that be casually or for a special occasion and whatnot. So I realized that the number one contributing factor to my facial fat actually was alcohol. You can't spot train. You're not gonna work out muscles in your face and then lose weight there. Same with the way that if you only do abs, you're not gonna get abs if you don't do anything else. But a lot of people tend to hold fat from alcohol in their face. Apparently, that's what I read on Google. Alcohol is very high in calories, and as someone who works in the service industry, obviously drinking alcohol is very accessible to me. So after every shift, I would have a glass of wine, I would have a few cocktails, late night happy hour with my coworkers as a social thing. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you know, those calories really add up if that's something that you're doing every day or even a few times a week. And then additionally, if you're someone that likes to enjoy a glass of wine at home or beer, there's no problem with that, but those things can add up. So I would maybe switch to drinking tea at home instead of alcohol. I just really took a look at when I was drinking alcohol, and if it was for a social reason. I felt a lot of pressure sometimes. So when other people would order alcohol at restaurants, or it was just like what I should be doing if I was at a fancy restaurant, like, well, we should have wine here. When really, like, I'm there for the food. I'm personally not there always for the alcohol. I definitely still drink alcohol. I drink it on people's birthdays. I drink it sometimes. I'll have a wine night. I definitely drink a lot more alcohol in the summertime just because there's more social gatherings. but I don't drink alcohol other than social gatherings. So I don't buy alcohol and I don't drink it solo, if that makes sense. Me and my partner don't really drink alcohol either if we're just hanging out. And I think that this is like by far where I saw the most difference is reducing my alcohol consumption. Another thing that actually ties this together is when I personally would drink alcohol, I would want to eat more food. I would get very hungry and want to eat fried food in particular. So fries, chicken nuggets, just anything I could get my hands on. And then in tune, I would be hungover and then not work out the next day. So as I got a little bit older, I noticed I can't bounce back like I used to just the next day and rally on or just feel fine in the morning. Like if I drink and if I'm hungover, that's like a 2-day recovery for me. So I really pick and choose when I'm gonna consume alcohol, if it's a birthday or special occasion, or yeah, if I'm celebrating or something like that. Oh, my dogs are barking, but I don't just drink it casually anymore. Okay, number 2 is reduce your fast food intake. So I know everyone is different, but if you know me personally, I was a big fast food lover. And I think because I am a petite girl, I just thought I could eat whatever I want. And it didn't matter. And I think that also people would always tell me like, you're so small. And it like really got to my head that like, oh, it doesn't matter. I can just like eat it. But like, I am small, I'm short, but like that doesn't mean that I should be eating crap food all the time. So I was eating A&W at least minimum once a week, usually 2 times a week, because I worked right across the street from one and I also live near one. So it was just like very easy accessible. Love me a mama burger, a teen burger, and onion rings, so good. I also would always get McDonald's religiously after I drank, like I mentioned before, and that was like me and my friends' ritual. We'd get chicken nuggets, fries, McFlurries, and I really, in 2019, it really like sat with myself and was like, or was it, no, sorry, 2020, and I was like, okay, you eat so much fast food, it's disgusting, like maybe we need to cut this out. And it wasn't for a weight loss intention, but it was more like, this can't be good for you, this is probably why you're feeling gross all the time, probably why you're breaking out. So that was my 2020 goal. I remember being at A&W with my boyfriend and his brother, and I was like, he asked me a question about the difference between like a burger at A&W and McDonald's, and I remember he said I answered it so passionately that he was like, whoa, you're so passionate about fast food, like how do you know so much about fast food? And then I was like, oh, it's because I eat it all the time. And then I was like, that's when I had that realization, like, yeah, you do eat it all the time, and I think you know a little bit too much about the fast food menus, which is like a red flag. So that's actually when it was like December we were celebrating finishing our finals, eating at A&W, and I had ordered a matzo burger, root beer flow, and onion rings. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. We were celebrating finals being over, but that's when I was like, okay, girl, you need to chill on the fast food intake. And just that alone, I think I really saw a difference in my stomach area. And on top of that, I want to mention that I think you should include all of those fast food restaurants. So I would include Tim Hortons and Starbucks in the fast food realm, because what I had a problem with was I would go, you know, on my way to school, on my way to work, get Starbucks, and then I would get the Starbucks breakfast, or I would get Tim Hortons breakfast wrap or something along those lines. But I wouldn't count that as fast food because it's breakfast. I would only count fast food as like A&W or McDonald's or like those main ones. But then that would make me in a cycle of having Tim Hortons for breakfast, and then I would have whatever for lunch, and then I had A&W for dinner. But in my head, I only ate fast food once. But actually, now including that, I had fast food like 4 or 5 times in that 1 week, which is not good. So just kind of sticking to more whole foods, really reducing your fast food unless it's like your last option or you're really craving it, which is totally fine. But taking a look on how often you eat those Starbucks breakfast sandwiches or the Tim Hortons breakfast wraps, because those aren't very good for you and they're just like a lot of processed foods. And going on the same point, reducing your Starbucks or Tim Hortons or specialty coffee drinks, whatever those are, because I would you know, I would be like, I'm having my morning coffees, and sometimes I would be like gonna get a white mocha latte thing with whipped cream, and those are just cups of sugar. It's like 400, 500, it's a dessert. And again, I still enjoy them from time to time, but I would say have it once or twice a month. I had like 2 pumpkin spice lattes this season, and I've had 1 holiday drink, and I'll probably have more next month, but not getting them during your regular coffee runs. It's fine to drink coffee. I drink coffee multiple times a day. With a little bit of milk. I don't put sugar in it. I used to drink black coffee, but I just don't like it anymore. But yeah, just like really reducing the calories where it's easy to do so in your day-to-day life. I think that's where it counts, because just being like, oh, I'm not going to eat dessert, that's not realistic, right? Like, we all want to eat dessert, we all want to do those things, but just don't do it all the time. It really adds up in your day-to-day life. And then that's when you can afford to be like, I'm just gonna, if I'm craving a piece of cake, I'm just gonna buy a piece of cake, because you didn't have that sugar cup of coffee every single day and that A&W burger for dinner. Number 3 is super easy, and it's something that I've been doing for a long time, is go for more social walks. So a lot of the time, this is good with COVID, I guess, a lot of the times, you know, when we think of hanging with our friends or getting together with our friends, we think, you know, let's go get brunch, let's go for happy hour, let's have pizza night. And those things are all fun, I still do them, but I would suggest going for walks is a really great option. And it doesn't have to be just be in the summertime. Going for walks, so what me and my friends do sometimes is like, we'll go for a walk around the seawall, and you'll be surprised how far you walk when you're just catching up and talking. You get a cup of coffee, go for a walk, and you're just burning calories, mindlessly burning calories, you don't even realize it. Walk the whole seawall, you can go for a bike ride. I remember me and my friend, hadn't seen her in a long time, we went to Central Park, and we were walking for like, not that far, but like 5 kilometers, and we were like, oh, like that was so fast. Like, how have we been walking for over an hour already? So I definitely would, that's such an easy way to get those calories in, get those steps in. Number 4 is have an accountability buddy. So this could be either a friend, your dogs, or your partner. I'm lucky that I have all 3 of those things. Having an accountability buddy is so essential, because sometimes you yourself just can't motivate, and you just can't do it. You just can't get out of bed, or you just don't want to. And having that person that's gonna meet you at the gym, or that's gonna be like, no, you gotta go, is so motivating. I remember when me and Mandy would go to the gym in the mornings before work last summer, and I would wake up, it wasn't that early, but I would wake up at like 8 a.m. Of course I don't want to get out of bed when I don't have to. I don't start work till noon. And I'm like, ugh, like, do I really want to go there? Do I really want to drive there right now? But having her text me in the morning and be like, hey, let me know when you're here. Like, no, she's up. She's waiting for me. And is she going to go and, you know, better herself and like work on her fitness while I snooze for no reason? Like, you just have to have that person. And I'm very lucky that my partner is really into the gym, and he doesn't text me all the time and say like, go to the gym, but sorry, my dogs are barking. He's working out, and I'm like, he's working on himself, and it motivates me to better myself and, you know, want to present my best self, work on myself, feel good. So if you have a partner, I would say, you know, going to the gym together, or just eating healthy together, stuff like that, even going for walks. This is a really easy and motivating way to stay on track. I think having an accountability is super good. Text your best friend right now and be like, let's get fit. Number 5, I'm sure you've heard many people say this, but take progress photos. I always hear people say it, and I was like, I don't really need to take it, but you'll be surprised on how little changes really add up in the end, and that you don't see it because you look at your body every single day. Even people that are in my life messaged me saying like, whoa, I didn't really see the big difference from 2018 to now until I saw the photos side by side. And I felt the same way. I was like, oh wow, I didn't even realize that I had lost that amount of weight, or I had toned up in my arms. So I will show you an example of a month and a half apart here, and although the difference is not huge, you can see I lost weight in like my stomach area, the muffin top, overall body fat percentage, and this is in a month and a half. So imagine this times 1 year, and how these little changes do add up. So it's really motivating to see your own progress photos. Oh my God, my dogs are so annoying. One, it holds you accountable, and two, it really pushes you. You're like, yeah, look at my bicep, like let's go work out some more. Like I saw my back progress photos the other day, and I was like, it's not really where I want it to be. And I reassessed at the gym, and I lifted heavier on every single thing I did on back day, and I was like, okay, I was not pushing myself as hard as I could. Number 6, and I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, but I would say track your food for like 2 to 3 weeks. That's it, max a month. But I did this before when I was on like a super fitness health kick back in 2018, actually, when I was like my heaviest, using MyFitnessPal. But the reason that I say to only do it for a few weeks is because it really shows you different things that you don't notice, like how many calories are in things, how much nutrients like sugars, carbohydrates, protein are in the things that you eat in your day-to-day life. And then once you have that foundation, like you kind of know it in your head, right? Like doing this all the time can really damage your mental health and your relationship with food, which I don't want and I don't suggest, because it's also very time consuming. And I did get a little bit crazy with it. You know, I'd be like, oh, this one sour key has 17 calories. I still remember it. I'm like, that's too much. Like I was thinking like, how long does it take me to burn those 70 calories? Is it worth it to eat the sour cake? But like now I'm just like, just eat it. Like who cares? But it's good to know that, like in terms of working out, how many calories you do burn, or what a good workout is actually to you personally. And then also like what nutrients are you giving your body? So I would say it's good to do it. It's good to track your food just to know as general knowledge and education in terms of what you're eating, but I wouldn't say to do it all the time. It's not super realistic using MyFitnessPal if you eat out or you eat things that other people make, because you don't know the exact portions and the exact ingredients and sauces and everything, and so that's where it starts to get crazy and tedious. So I would say maybe use MyFitnessPal and check out the things that you eat regularly. Maybe you eat like bread in the morning and eggs and like a certain I don't know, what do people eat? Salad at lunch or something, and do that for the main things that you eat, and then just gotta get a general consensus of like, oh, maybe this salad dressing is a lot higher in calories or in sugar than I thought. Number 7 is don't purchase snacks for home. This is one that I have like no self-control, and if there's snacks at home, like I just eat it. So of course I want to buy it and I want to eat it, but I realized that like this is when I'm starting to overeat. So I stopped buying instant noodles. Like mee goreng is my number one. Oh, so good. But I stopped buying it because, you know, they're so small. I just like eat it with like mindlessly eat it. I would eat it after dinner, like just so good. And you know, 2 a.m. snack. Those are so bad for you. It's like full of, I don't even know what it has in it, but it's not good. So I stopped buying those. I stopped buying candy, which is like my favorite thing in the whole world, is like Sour Patch Kids, sour candies, sour keys. I stopped buying them. I didn't stop eating them. I will still eat them, but I don't buy them for home. If I'm out, if I'm going on a trip, or if I'm just craving them, I'll eat it, no problem studying. But I don't buy them to have in my house in my cupboard, because of course I'm just gonna go gravitate towards them. Instead, I would buy hummus and then veggies or like fruit, because I still feel satisfied from eating like cucumbers and hummus or celery or whatever when I'm feeling snackish, just something light, instead of like snacking on Oreos or like ice cream. And if I have ice cream in my house, I'll eat ice cream every single night before bed. It's just like something like I can't turn down, and it's just not necessary. So just stop buying snacks, like, and switch to maybe healthier options. I like to snack on peanut butter and bananas. Like I said, the hummus and veggies, like tuna and avocado on an English muffin or something like that. Okay, number 8. Set out your gym clothes the night before. So this one I've always done, and it's been super helpful. So I have a little bench at the end of my bed, and I fold my gym clothes, whatever I'm gonna wear the night before. And this goes for if you're still going into the office, you know, like either, if you can, I don't know if you can wear gym clothes to the office where you work, but either wear your gym clothes. That's what I would do when I was in school, or I am in school, but when I would go to campus, I would just wear my gym clothes, and then after class, I'd be like, I'm already in my gym clothes, like, let's just go. Or having them in your bag, so you're committing to yourself, like, no, I'm going tomorrow, I would suggest if you work from home, this is what I did when we were in summer school during quarantine, like set out my gym clothes the night before and I would change into them. Because if you're wearing your pajamas all day or your lounge clothes you don't need to change out of, you're less inclined to work out. You're so comfy, right? Like you don't even feel a transition between your bed and like work and like school, whatever. So I would say wear your gym clothes right away or pack them in your bag, because you're committing to yourself. You're like, I'm going, this is it, I have them. You're definitely more likely to go to the gym if you have your stuff all ready to go, because you're not giving yourself the option. Number 9. This is one that I think is so important for everyone, is to change your perspective on the gym or just on a healthy lifestyle in general. This is like a cliche saying that I read at my old gym. It's like, I don't have to work out, I get to work out. But I think that really resonates with me, because there's so many people that don't get the opportunity to work out in the way that I do. Maybe that's financially, like I can afford a gym or I can afford the luxury of time to go work out. I have a physically able body, I have my health, and I know a lot of people don't have that right now. So I think that changing your perspective, like, no, I don't have to go to the gym, but I get to. Like, I'm very lucky in the sense that I get to go work out and I get to move my body and I'm giving back to my body. So I would definitely suggest like switching your mindset. Like, I have changed my whole experience with the gym. So when I go to the gym, this is my little routine. And all you pre-workout haters, you don't need to hate on me here, but you don't have to take pre-workout, but I take it sometimes when I'm feeling like a little bit tired because I have very long days. But I used to take black coffee, whatever you like. You don't have to take any caffeine, but I just like to. This is the one I take. It doesn't give you that tingly feeling. It's so good. I'll link it down below. My favorite flavor is the cherry limeade, I think. Yeah, I just love this so much. But anyway, I take a little bit of this, I get in my car, I put on my playlist called Bumpin' by my friend Joelle, which I think I can share the Spotify link below. It is like EDM, yeah, it's like EDM goodness, and I blast it and it feels like I'm at a rave. I'm not even joking, like blast this so loud in my car. This is like getting into my blood and I feel so good. Like, it's like the best part of my day, which is kind of sad, but like it's the best part of my day. And then when I get to the gym, I'm like ready to go. I'm like, I'm giving back to myself right now. Like, I feel good, I look good. So I just think change your perspective on the gym and the experience. And you don't have to take pre-workout. Part of my whole gym experience is like me getting pumped up by my caffeine, my music. I get to the gym, I usually listen to this like rap workout playlist, and I'm just like feeling good. So I get really excited when I get to go to the gym. Of course I'm tired, like I'm super tired all the time. I don't really sleep that much, but like I change my perspective into something that I look forward to. Because if you tell yourself like, oh my god, I don't want to go to the gym, like you're not going to want to go. Like, you have to change your mentality about it. And this brings me to my next point, which is find a new hobby, which involves physical activity. I'm super lucky that I found cheerleading 10 years ago, and I'm sure you guys all know that I do cheerleading. If you don't know really what it is, it's similar to like gymnastics, I guess, kind of. But it gives me the opportunity to, one, have this thing that I have to go to twice a week, that you're not allowed to miss, that I get to see all my friends at, and we all get fit together, like we work out there, we do conditioning, and I love it so much. It takes all my stress away, it takes like my mind off whatever's going on in my life, and it brings me like so much joy, get a good rush of endorphins. So I'm not saying you have to go join cheerleading, but find something that you enjoy doing. That could be weightlifting, that could be your hobby, it could be joining a dance, like dance studio, Zumba. I love Zumba, it's so fun. And it could be yoga. Just finding something that you personally look forward to, and that might mean switching gyms even, and like finding just a new environment that you feel comfortable with. But there's tons of online stuff right now if you're not comfortable with going to a gym, or if you don't have access to one. Right now there's like so many YouTube videos. My favorite YouTuber is Whitney Simmons, my girl. I'm sure you guys know her, which I'll also link her channel below. But just like finding something that brings you joy. I know I already said 10, but this kind of like goes with all of them, is my Apple Watch, I would definitely recommend this thing, or whatever smartwatch you can get your hands on if you don't have an iPhone. What is it called? A Fitbit? Yeah, those are good too. So this one, like, some people say that the calorie whatever is not accurate, but it really keeps me accountable. I kind of had a bad relationship with it in the beginning. I'd be like, I have to fill all the rings, like I can't take it off. I put it on right away. Like now I don't care if I don't have it on, I don't have it on, but I put it on for the most part every day. And I can really see like where I'm lacking. I like to know like, you know, what my heart rate zone is in, and because I know what my max heart rate like should be at, or like what zone I should be in or whatever when I'm working my hardest, and I can really see that. So you can see like when your friends work out, so it's like really motivating. So I definitely would recommend getting something like this, but don't get into that bad headspace where you're like super crazy about it like I was in the beginning. I think a lot of people can relate to that. I was like obsessed with it, but I love it now for like going for walks with my dogs, or I wear it to cheer, or wear it to the gym. Yeah, but I just love this bad boy. It's super helpful and super motivating. So that's it. Those are my 10 fitness tips, I guess, that can create a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. They're all super easy to implement. I wouldn't suggest trying to do like, I wrote them down here, I wouldn't suggest trying to do like all 10 today. I would say kind of slowly implementing them in your day-to-day life. Maybe add one every month. That's what I did. And that's where you're gonna see the most results. Because if you try to put in like 10 lifestyle changes at once, of course you're not gonna be set up for success, because you're gonna be like, what am I doing? Like, oh no, like I cut out my fast food and I cut out my Starbucks, and like I'm trying to go for walks and like Apple Watch, it's like too much. But just like do one thing at a time. Maybe next time you hang out with a friend, socially distance, you can go for a walk instead of going to a restaurant, or with your partner or whatever, instead of watching Netflix. Maybe do a YouTube workout video, like an ab one. They have so many, there's no excuses. You can do like a 10-minute one. Just slowly making these changes. Those are my 10 tips. I hope that you found something useful in here. Comment down below which one that you're gonna try out, and thanks so much for watching.